Jesus, that's slick. That's like third fucking gear on this thing. Changed the small inline fuel filter on the Husqvarna. It's pretty dirty. It's definitely not like minty clean. We're going to do a TPS reset on a ride-by-wire setup for KTM Husqvarna. It's 690, 701, 990, 890s, 1190s, 1290s, all those. I believe this works for any ride-by-wire KTM Husqvarna. So you'll key it on, let it carry on for a minute, and just forward, or all the way to open, all the way to close, pretty slowly, and just key it off. Just that simple. I did this earlier when I was having some throttle jerkiness, and it helped a bunch. So, just something to remember. I would do it just every so often. Husqvarna has a bunch of Tecmo carbon on it, but the spool mounts aren't open, so I'm going to take them off. Take the carbon covers off and cut them so I can have spool mounts, so I can lift the back end of this easier and change oil and shit like that a lot easier. So let's do that. That guy stripped out, so I'm gonna have to find a bolt for that before I put it back together. They're off. Swingarm actually looks good underneath. Pretty surprised about that, to be honest. I'm gonna chop this off here. Safety glasses, gloves, sleeves. Carbon is gross. Back on, new bolt, cut the bottom piece off, and just notice this. Probably should pay more attention. Need to check alignment now and chain tension and stuff, but that's definitely a gap. Spools are on. It's on a track stand. Now I can surface it a little easier. Let's have some fun and go through the little blue Husqvarna book. Previous owner I got it off of gave it to me. I did give the PDF CD to Carl to have him print a service manual on paper because that's how I roll. But got a spare key with its little sheath on it. That's nice. Key card code. A nice pen. Incredibly nice pen. Owner's manual. I've gone through this a couple times. Got the sticker for it. And a book. And in the book, what we found is a sheet of paper. And this is what took me a minute to figure out what he was doing, but it's all service and parts. That shows up bad on camera, doesn't it? So it was OEM, oil plus filters, or I guess oil plus OEM filters, Bel-Ray 10W50. There's 2100. And there's a bunch of numbers and like some dashes here and there. And I was looking at it. It took me a minute to figure out it was mileage, not dollars. Because a lot of people do this in dollars, which was funny to me. But 2100, oil change, Rottweiler intake, aero exhaust, plus the link pipe. At 2200 miles, it got new Conti Attack Evo SNs, which I'm probably going to put on after I wear out these GPRs. The front's nice, needs a rear. No big deal. And I'm trying to get 2200 miles. Top end rebuild, oil filters, brake fluid, plugs, which I just did. Rally Raid manual cam chain tensioner. Changed fork oil and bottom fork tube. New Warp 9 Elite wheels. They are tubeless, I think. They got tubeless stickers. We'll see if they're tubeless. Hoping they are. CRG aero mirrors, which I'm iffy about if I like them, and it has new plastics. There's some evidence that it's been crashed. I'll show you here right now. So this plastic up here is broke. The top clamps scuffed up there. And there's some other odds and ends that make me believe this has been crashed. Which ain't no big deal. I crash bikes. Usually I just drop them more than crash, but you know what I'm talking about. There's something else I saw that made me think it had been crashed, but I don't remember where it is now. So just that like list of stuff makes me believe it's been crashed, wrecked, whatever you want to call it. Not that big of a deal to me. It happens. It rides straight. Rides pretty decent. New tires again at 4600. Doesn't say what they were. Oil, filters, Cyclops headlight bulbs, and front turn signals. I'm kind of iffy on the headlight. I rode it at night once in the morning on my way to work. And it kind of sucks. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, big feelings about LED bulbs and halogen housings. They fucking suck, is what they do. New tires again at 7,000. New Oberon sleeve cylinder at 7,200. We'll come back to that. Plugs at 8,500. Oil and filter at 9,400. New tires again at 95. And new rear pads at 10,413. So like, documented service ends at 10,000-ish miles. And we'll go back to the slave cylinder. Let me mark that. The camera marked it for me. Thank you, Insta360. So the previous owner said he did oil changes. He put a set of tires on it. He put a finger eliminator on it, I believe. And it's a Rottweiler brand one. He put some Tecmo carbon on it. And that's really all I've seen that he's done. So the previous owner said he did oil changes. He put a set of tires on it. He put a finger eliminator on it, I believe. And it's a Rottweiler brand one. He put some Tecmo carbon on it. And that's really all I've seen that he's done. So the previous owner, 2 owners ago, put the Oberon slave cylinder on. I think either it went bad or the master went bad. And they fought with it. I was told it went to 3 different shops. So, went to 3 different shops. No one can get it bled or working. It had a nice CNC Chinese slave cylinder on it. And a eBay $60 master cylinder that we pulled apart earlier. And found out it was junk. I put a new Recluse slave cylinder on it, an OEM master cylinder. Works fucking perfect now. Reverse bled, took like 15 minutes to bleed it, where I was super happy with it. But from paperwork I know and what I see on the bike, I'm happy. And we'll keep playing with it, cleaning it up, making it nice.